Have you ever wondered what if the person people ignore today is the one destined to change everything tomorrow? A long time ago, in a small village, there lived a poor farmer and his wife. They worked hard every day in their fields, but life never became easy. Their greatest sorrow was not poverty alone, but that they had no children. One stormy night, as heavy rain poured and fierce winds swept across the land, the farmer heard a baby crying near his field. Following the sound, he found a newborn baby boy wrapped in a cloth, lying alone in the darkness. Without hesitation, he picked up the child and rushed home. His wife was shocked at first, but when she saw the baby, tears filled her eyes. She softly said that perhaps this child had been sent to them by fate. From that day on, they raised him as their own son, giving him all the love they had longed to share. As the boy grew up, he became strong, kind, and hardworking. Every day, he helped his parents in the fields without complaint. Soon, something unusual began to happen. The crops on their land grew better than anyone else's in the village. Their harvests became richer, but instead of celebrating, the villagers grew jealous. People whispered that he must be using tricks. Some mocked him, others broke his tools, and a few even destroyed his crops out of envy. Yet the young man never responded with anger. He remained calm, worked even harder, and continued treating everyone with kindness. One year, heavy rains returned and caused devastating floods that destroyed the village's crops. Families were left without food or hope. Surprisingly, the young farmer still had enough food stored. Instead of keeping it for himself, every night he quietly cooked meals and left them at the villagers' doors without revealing his identity. Each morning, the villagers wondered who was helping them, never realizing it was the same young man they continued to insult. One night, an elderly villager witnessed everything. The next day, he revealed the truth to everyone. The entire village fell silent with shame when they learned who had been feeding them. Not long afterward, royal guards arrived with astonishing news. Many years earlier, during a terrible storm, the king and queen had lost their newborn son and had searched for him ever since. Their search had finally led them to this village. When they saw the young farmer and recognized the royal birthmark on him, the truth became clear. He was the lost prince of the kingdom. The farmer and his wife who had raised him were overwhelmed with emotion, while the villagers who had once mocked him stood in regret. The king ordered that those who had mistreated the prince should be punished. But the young man stepped forward and asked the king to forgive them. He said that if he could forgive them when he was an ordinary man, he could not punish them now that he had power. His words touched everyone's hearts, and the king agreed to spare the village. From that day on, he became known not only as a prince, but as the Prince of Mercy. The farmer and his wife were honored and lived peacefully in the palace, while the villagers never forgot the lesson they had learned. Moral lesson: never judge or mistreat someone because of their circumstances. True greatness is shown through kindness, humility, patience, and forgiveness. The good you do for others will always return in ways you never expect.